Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chad. I'm your tall tailor. Before we get started in making this bag, make sure to follow me on Instagram at the tall tailor. If you like this video and all the stuff I make on this channel, I usually post most of the projects on this channel plus some other things that don't get a video on my Instagram, so you can see all my stuff there. Yeah, we're gonna be making like a duffel messenger bag style bag. This bag right here. Spoiler. Yeah, so I had a really fun time making it, and it was sort of a unique process, so I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Yeah, let's get to sewing. Starting off this project, like I start off every other project, with some scissors, chalk, and fabric. Now this fabric I'm using is a medium weight nylon, and I think it'll be perfect for the bag. Nice, light, and easy to sew with as well. Now the construction of the bag is remarkably similar to the 3D cargo pockets I made in the previous video, so I'll just link that above. Now that I have everything cut out, I'm just taking all the pieces and bringing them to the iron just to give them a quick press to make sure they're nice and flat, and they're going to be a lot easier to sew with after that. Now for this particular bag, I wanted the edges to be rounded, so I'm just grabbing a, what's it called, an embroidery hoop? Yeah, like that circular wooden embroidery hoop thing, using it for the edges just to make them a little bit round, trimming those off just to make a nice look for the bag. Introducing a new material now. This is called foam batting. It adds a nice plush, soft look to the bag, and it's gonna go right in between the interior lining and the exterior fabric. The reason why I added batting as opposed to more fabric is because, one, it's really nice and easy to work with, and it's also a lot softer than the fabric, so it's gonna make the bag a lot more sort of stiff. No, well, not stiff, but it's gonna give the bag a little bit more body, and I just kind of like that look. Off screen, I cut out some additional pieces, the orange lining, and also pieces for the zipper as well. This is a zipper we're going to be using. It's a long metal tooth zipper. I chose this as opposed to plastic because I kind of like the look of the metal teeth, and also I think it'll just last a little bit longer. Now to start stitching the zipper, first thing we're going to do is cut this piece of fabric we have in half and stitch it to either side of the zipper tape. This is pretty easy. What we have to do is sandwich the lining and the exterior fabric in between the zipper, kind of make like a little zipper ice cream sandwich, and stitch all those pieces together. Now before we actually stitch it, what I'm doing right here is I sewed, well not sewed, but I pressed on a piece of interfacing to the exterior fabric. I did this because it's going to make the fabric a little bit more stiff and a lot easier to stitch, and it's going to hold up a lot better. With all the sewing done, as you can see now, the zipper looks nice and clean. I even top stitched it as well too to give it more of a premium look, and this is what the underside looks like. Now this part's gonna get a little bit confusing, but we basically take the zipper that we stitched on and attach it to the rest of the middle section of the bag. Now this section is going to encompass one side of the bag all the way to the bottom and up to the other side. I even stitched on pockets so that when it comes time to sew everything together, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot more simple of a process. Now I'm just attaching batting to that section of the bag. Again, that's going to be on the bottom of the bag, so we need some batting there to give it a little bit more structure and more support. And this is sort of a cross section of what we just stitched. As you can see, the batting's in the center, the lining on top, and the outside fabric on the bottom. Now I'm just overlocking the front face of the bag. This isn't a really necessary step. This is just gonna make it a lot easier for me to stitch everything together. And once that's done, I'm putting all the pieces of the front together. Here is the lining, the batting, and the front face of the fabric. Now I'm just pinning everything together to make it a lot easier to sew. A lot of these steps aren't really, again, like necessary, but they're for me to make my job a little bit easier when it comes to putting everything back together. Now the lining here did overhang a tiny bit from the bag, so I'm just taking my scissors and just cleaning up all the excess pieces that are overhanging. Now we're in the home stretch. We're stitching everything together. We're stitching the front face of the bag to the middle section, to the other side. And this is pretty much what the interior of the bag is gonna look like. As you can see here, it kind of looks like a big like rectangle with rounded edges. This is flipped inside out. All you have to do is flip this bag right side around now. I'm just gonna go do that. With the bag flipped inside out, you can see the shape really coming together. All that's needed now is to press the bag, add some hardware, and do a little bit of touch-ups. And we're done. Whoa, I sewed all that in like 5 or so minutes. That's crazy. This is a bag right here. I'll show you guys some like B-roll footage of it, and just to break down some of the parts of the bag. Let's start with the exterior. Of course, a good place to start. The straps of the bag are they're not super long. They're more of a good length to wrap around your shoulder. The entire thing, the entire bag is waxed. The nylon's already water repellent, but I put an extra wax coating on it just to give it a little bit more protection. You have these 3 pockets at the front here. Boom. 2 extra pockets on the side. You can see those snaps there, and there. A really, really big zipper on the front, and at the bottom, nothing really at the bottom, just more black fabric. The interior is kind of nice. It's a very vibrant, almost neon orange material. Let me actually flip the bag inside out so you guys can see that better. There we go. Yeah, so the interior of the bag, boom, bright neon. We have 2 pockets on one side, you can see that, and on the other side we have a larger pocket. I wrapped the entire edges of the interior of the bag with some black tape, not like tape, like bias tape, not like sticky tape. That'd be stupid. Wrap the entire thing with tape, and it looks pretty good on the inside. It's a pretty, it's not heavy by any means, but it's kind of like it's got a little bit of weight to it. Which I think that's pretty good, so it has a more substantial feel. The straps are pretty nice and sort of smooth, which is good. It's sort of like a good decent size to hold like I don't know, like clothes or a whole bunch of stuff in it, you know, maybe like a laptop charger, that kind of stuff. Really good size, and yeah, that's the bag. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, wait, before I end this video, one thing I do have to bring up about making this bag. It's a lot wider than it initially was. I believe this is 8 inches wide. Before I made the bag, I made it like 5.5 inches, so like that wide. But as requested by the client, made it a little bit bigger. So if you guys watch my like cargo pocket flap video, I'll link it on the top here or something. You can see like the shell of this bag. It's a lot smaller, but I made it wider because, you know, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this bag, the usual stuff, yada, yada, yada. I will see you in the next video in probably like a couple weeks. What am I gonna be making? Probably like a jacket or something, or maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. It could literally make, I don't know, we'll make something. We'll figure it out. All right, okay, thanks, bye.